Y'all, this was insane. I just got to say, this was totally insane. The UFA Championship Final started off with a string of Carolina Flyer drops that was like no other that I have ever seen before. And y'all know, if you've been watching this channel at all, I stress, I teach, I promote fundamentals, and you, wow, I just got to say, there was some win in the game. It was a crazy game. The fact that Carolina came back at the end to tie it up is incredible. I won't spoil the ending for you, but go watch it. But I got to talk about this because this was literally insane. Literally insane. The fact that Minnesota had the chance to go up 5-0 in the championship game, basically from drops. There was wind, so don't get me wrong. Totally expect drops, but we're going to look at some here. I'm just going to show you the clip here so you guys can watch it. Just if you haven't seen the game, it's honestly just bonkers, and you're going to hear Evan Lepler talk about it in the recording.
The 2024 UFA Championship Game begins with a drop.
Weekend when other D-line stalwarts have gone down.
And Laviolette dropped another.
It's all about transitions in the wind.
Drop two, second points. It's a tough one.
Grayson Sanner, William Coffin, Ethan Bloodworth, and my goodness!
Evan's starting to get more
personnel.
exasperated.
And another Flyers drop. What is going on here?
I
Great
love that from
opportunity
Evan.
for Carolina. And another drop for Coffin. Carolina had 3 drops in the semifinals yesterday. They've had 5 in the first 6.5 minutes tonight.
All right, so y'all can just see that's crazy. I mean, Minnesota had the chance to go up 5-0. You didn't see it, but they dropped a layout, pretty easy layout catch in the end zone for 5-0. But regardless, they had 5 drops, you heard Evan say, in the first 6+ minutes of the game, and just insane to think about. And yes, it was a windy game. And so I'm not going to talk about every one of those drops because, Laviolette in particular, I mean, you could maybe say he started looking away right before he caught the first one. The second one he dropped was pretty high and coming fast. That's a tough catch. Tough to kind of utilize the fundamentals there. Coffin had one just kind of point blank. Also looked like he may have been starting to turn before he caught it. Tough to see. But the last 2 are the ones I want to talk about because I think these are probably the 2 best for teaching and showing really how you want to handle these situations. And again, I talk about this a lot, but it's just so true, is that even in the championship games, the little things make the difference. The little things make the difference. And everybody's fast, everybody's athletic, there's good throws on both teams, good receivers on both teams, we're both well coached. But at the end of the day, Carolina comes back and ties this game after being down 5-1, could have been 6-1, 5-0. I mean, it just is incredible. And if they didn't have these drops, Minnesota played really well. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They really played great. Will Brandt just was a rock back there. It was just Josh Klain had some really nice throws. Was just really helpful to move the disc on the defensive side. But these drops. So, anyways, I want to use these for teaching moments so that as you improve your game and as you rise up in the levels and advanced levels of play, and even at the pro level, these things you're going to want to work on because they're still going to matter. Because even at this high level, there's still opportunities to improve that could be the outcome, to change the outcome of a game. So I'm going to talk about this first one here, just about generally a pancake catch. So in the wind, fundamental rule, you should be pancaking the disc every time unless there's a reason why you can't. And really the main reasons would be if it's like super low, high, where you have to reach up and go jump and grab it, or there's a defender like right on your back, and if you try to pancake it, then they have the chance to kind of poke their hand in between your hands or arms, and they can get a D. So most of the time, you should be pancaking it. It is the safest, easiest way to catch the disc. And yeah, I mean, especially knowing you can grab it one hand or whatever. I still don't do it because, again, it's practicing those fundamentals you want to get used to. Well, what about these adverse conditions that it was here in Utah this weekend? So I'm going to play this here. You're going to see Laviolette tosses it to the receiver. He's open. He's got steps. It was a nice soft throw. If you watch it in slow motion, you're going to see that it does a little bounce, right? Okay, but here's what I want to show you. I know it's moving. I know he's moving relatively quickly, but he doesn't have a lot of pressure. There should be no need for him to be reaching out to go catch this. He should be trying to kind of caress, trying to catch it almost as if in a net in a sense, but he's reaching his hands out. And you're going to see if I can pause it really quick. Oh, I wasn't able to do it. Let me just do it again. But if you see him catch it, he's going to... So you can see how he gets it to his left hand first. That's the main issue. He gets it to his left hand first. Okay, so right here, he's basically going to... I don't think I can freeze frame it right when he hits it, but his left hand is getting to it at the before his right, and that should not happen. And you're gonna see I need to do a catching video because it's hard to kind of show here, but his left hand should be underneath the center of the disc. And I know it's windy. I'm not trying to be super critical of him, but there are things that he could do if you were in this situation to be able to catch this disc at a much higher percentage. So he kind of goes out, he's trying to kind of snatch it out of the air, which in no one situation, that's fine. You can certainly do that. But your left hand in this situation, if you can either do your right hand on top or your left hand on top, should be almost like a glove, your whole arm, forearm, hand to use if you need it. But at minimum, you got to get that left hand underneath before you put your right hand down. They should really kind of come down together, right? So as it comes through, you see he misses it there because he's trying to catch it away from his body. When you want to pancake it, especially in these windy situations, you should be using your chest as almost like a backboard. You can use it, but as close to your body as you can, because then you've got more of your forearm, your hand, your left forearm, your left hand, because if you do miss and it bounces a little, which it did, you have more room for error to catch it. Okay? I don't know if I can do it here. I've got a Frisbee here, but I don't know if you can see this, but you've got the Frisbee here. You want to catch it here. He's catching it out here like this. If you catch it here, okay, you can land here, can land over here, can land on your inside, can land over here, all these different ways. But if you're out here, if you kind of miss, you're gonna drop the Frisbee. So just a key thing, you want to, if you're gonna pancake that, keep it close to the chest, keep it as close to your body as you can. It's gonna give you the chance to be able to adjust more easily if it bounces. All right, so let's look at the last one from Coffin. You see Seth Weaver's going to break the mark, get it to him. And he's open on this. And you can see it bounces a little bit. And he's shocked and, definitely upset and be like, what is happening? I certainly feel bad for him. It's not fun to do that. So it bounces a little bit. But here's what I want to show to you is he actually starts going for the disc as if he's going to claw it, like with two hands out to do that. But his defender is nowhere near him, okay? Just like I mentioned on the last one, this is where you want to go in for a pancake. And you're actually going to see that he changes his mind and ends up going to the pancake. And you're going to be able to see this better from the other angle. Okay, so the disc is in the air. Coffin's going after it. And just, I'm going to try to go this as frame by frame as best I can. Okay, look right here. You can see he's going with 2 hands for it. Like, he's got both hands open, like the claw. He's going to claw it with 2 hands, which, again, is not a bad way to catch it in most scenarios. But it is windy today, and especially there's nobody behind him. His defender is nowhere close, and he does not need to go out and claw this. He could literally just stop moving and just pancake it and catch it. And that's just part of awareness. And he clearly, I don't know if he felt somebody was behind him or, you know, again, this is the championship game, pressure's on, you know, things like this happen. Like the fundamentals can break down when the pressure is high. But this is one of those simple things of, hey, I just got to go in for the pancake, and if my defender can make a play, fine. But he goes in for the claw, and then you can see, watch, he changes his mind mid kind of catch, and then he kind of moves his left hand down. Remember, they are both kind of up like this. Then he kind of rotates them just like this to say, oh, shoot, I should catch this. He kind of sees the bounce. And then it's really too late. You're going to watch, it's a little uneven. And see, it comes in and hits his right hand first. It bounces off his right hand. Now he's already kind of losing control. And it just bounces because he was going in like this, and he tried to turn it, and he tried to catch it again away from his body. He tried to kind of make a perfect pancake with your hands. And I don't care how athletic you are or what great hands you have. That's just super hard when the wind is pushing it really strong. And when it's moving, you know, you're kind of moving, you know, towards the disc and whatnot. So this is where, again, just like the last one, there's nobody behind you. Take your time, jump up in the air or take a small hop and just kind of let it come to you and make like a basket. And right before it gets to your chest, you kind of clamp down, and that you now have room for error if you don't hit it perfect. And his first mistake was to try to claw it and then switch, and then it was just too hard to then adjust. You saw that he missed it. We'll just kind of quickly show you again. So he's going to come up. See, at this point he had decided, and then look, it's just about to hit his right hand, bounces off. Now it's like in between his hands, and then he can't clamp down because it bounces off, and then it's gone. So again, just a tough break for him, but those are the little things. These are the little things that can make such a difference. And again, this is the championship game. Carolina comes back and ties it in the 4th quarter, right at the end of the game. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't watched it. I highly suggest go watch it. The link will be in the description below. Carolina could have... Anyways, I'll pause there. Go watch the game. It's a great game. But again, fundamentals, so critical, even at the highest level. I'm going to continue to make videos about this. I'm going to continue to talk about it and stress those details, those little things that everybody can do that can make such a difference in your play. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you got any questions, any other videos that you want me to make, shoot me a message, put them in the comments. But thanks again for watching, guys. Appreciate you. God bless.